So you just opened your new shop.
Yes.
How's that going?
Surprisingly good.
Surprisingly?
Yeah,
Why?
I think, well, I didn't know what to expect going into it. It's always something I wanted to do, but like the first weekend was good. It was there was actually good footfall. I think obviously during the week it's different. It's the first like 5 days, so I have to see how it goes. Obviously I can't just base it on the first week. It's been okay. Maybe yesterday could have been a bit better. I think there's the shop's not 100% there, like I said, before this episode, before we started doing this podcast. There's still things that need to be addressed, but I don't think it could have been any better, to be honest. In the time frame that we had to set the shop up and like market it, like I sort of set myself like a deadline of like a week, and it wasn't really good, but we'll start now and then get better later.
Okay.
I think also because of the location, that's what drawn me to it, to the shop. That's why I waited like 9 months for it. I think the location's only going to pick up because like I was checking on my phone today, like events at the AO Arena, because the arena's just there. Because I think last Thursday when we were setting up, there was like loads of people outside, and it must have been an event, I didn't check, but there's an event on tonight, and then Christmas markets are going to come soon, and the Christmas markets are right outside as well, so
That's true. You're going to have them just over there, aren't you?
exactly, right there.
It's gonna be really good.
It is a good location. People do walk past. Obviously it's not like Market Street or like the bottom of Market Street, where like obviously like sort of competitors, not competitors, but the people who would be interested in the stuff I'm selling, the shops like End and Origin Kicks. It's not on the same street as them, or it's not in the northern quarter. I don't know what the northern quarter is like. Obviously, it's every time I've walked past, whilst we were open at the Monday, Tuesday, it was quite dead as well. So I think obviously it's during the week. Can't really base off the first 5 days. The weekend was good. Today was good. Yesterday was okay, and the day before was okay. But the more people are seeing it and walking past, the better, and the more people that come in, and I'm encouraging them obviously in the shop to share, to tell their friends, come through, and obviously with that comes like some sort of like freebies that I would offer as well. It's just like as a marketing strategy, or not freebies, or like just look after them in certain ways, or I don't know, just give them like a can of Red Bull or something.
I think that's really good. That's gonna get people in if you can like, oh, here's a Red Bull,
exactly,
here's a
Red
Monster.
Bull, bring a friend.
yeah.
Literally. So
I'll definitely bring my flatmate if that's what's on offer.
Exactly. There's 3 different flavours, and then there's more flavours of Monster. So
yeah, I was gonna say you've also got the machine downstairs, which is
the
quite cool.
Keymaster. I know I've got it set up.
Yeah. What was the idea behind that?
Do you know, it came from America, just watching like a TV, like not a TV show, and a YouTube show, Round 2, and they had a Keymaster machine. A few other like shoe shops in America have a Keymaster, and then there's only one that I can think of in Manchester, and I don't know about the UK, but there's definitely just the one in Manchester, Kirsch Kicks, in the northern quarter. They have one. Again, it's another work in progress. Mine's is kind of beat up. I still need to get it spray painted, like custom stickers and all on it, and then sort the prizes out as well. That's another sort of like fun interaction. Like people come and say, but it's there's only like a couple of prizes in it at the minute. I think once I put other prizes in, people will be like, oh yeah, give me a go.
It's pretty eye-catching as well, because it's like as soon as you walk in, it's right there.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, oh, what's that?
But I think at the minute,
in.
obviously because of the lighting, it's quite a bright light, so it's really attractive. But once I get the lighting, then we'll see how it goes. Maybe I have to turn the sound up on it so people actually look at it.
Yeah.
But no, it's. I had 9 months to prepare for the shop opening. I viewed it in the first week of January, and we opened only there on Saturday, and that was Saturday was the 30th. It was the 30th of September, so that's like
Okay.
9 months. I literally viewed it the first week of January, so 9 months to prepare, and plus obviously before then I was looking at shops. I've been looking at like retail units for like 2 years. It's all in Manchester. It's a lot. It's hard to find a unit, and then once you find a unit, I got rejected straight up in a different place by the landlord. The landlord said no, don't want a clothing shop. And then just like finding other suitable locations, ones that aren't too big and ones that aren't going to cost like, I don't know, 60k upwards in rent.
Wow.
Obviously that's in the more popular areas, but
Yeah.
even in Northern Quarter, like you're talking, if you're on Oldham Road, you're talking, I don't know, depending on the size of the unit, you're talking maybe anywhere upwards of like 35,000. Probably the size that I need would be like 45,000. And then your rates on top of that, so you're paying like an extra maybe 20k, so what's that, like 60k ish, 50, 60 upwards of before you can count your electricity and your other bills. So obviously I got a good deal on this one, and another sort of, I don't know, blessing is that it's not a private landlord on this unit. It's like a, I wouldn't say it's not like a public. It's landlord. It's like Manchester Cathedral own the building.
Yeah.
And to be honest, they're great. Really supportive. Anything I need, they've given me freedom completely in the unit. They give me a good deal. They've offered me like a rent-free period. I probably could have pushed it a bit more, and I did by saying they gave me an initial rent-free period, and I said, listen, I'm going to need an extra couple of weeks to set the shop up and promote it, and I probably could have utilised that a lot better. But I think it's been a good deal from the outset. It was just problems with like solicitors and problems with like lawyers and real estate agents and people taking annual leave and other. They were, because the unit, it's quite unique. It's a shared office, or not shared office. It's a shared work. The whole building's a shared workspace. There's offices upstairs and businesses upstairs. I'm at the front door. People have to go through the shop to go upstairs. So we had to completely think about what we're going to do with the space, with like shutters, how we're going to protect the stock when it closes at night, and having other people's opinions brought into that. Like architects, at one stage there was an architect's opinion that was coming into the whole process, which took like probably a month to sort out, but before the landlord stepped in and said, right, we need to move forward. They wanted like fireproof shutters, which weren't going to be aesthetically pleasing. They were just going to be like slabs of steel coming down, and the landlord wasn't happy, and the landlord had my back and said, listen, you're taking too long on sorting this whole lease out. Come on, like we need to move forward. Like I viewed it first week of January, been 9 months. So having a good landlord on your side, he definitely pushed it along. Whenever I first viewed the unit, like just clicked straight away with the landlord, was just kind of good because he was there, he was present. And just expressing what I was going to do with the unit. It was all good. Which before, like I said, landlords just turned around and said, no, don't want you in. So it's hard. It's not easy finding a shop. But now I've signed a 5-year lease. It's
5 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's all sorts of like clauses and stuff with it. And I think, to be honest, having such a good landlord, I think we could. And obviously it's a unique lease. It's not just a self-contained unit. There's lots of things we could talk about. So maybe if, say, the business wasn't going so well, maybe look at like, I don't know. I've never done it before, but maybe like look at like maybe extending a rent-free period or adding another one in, or come to some agreement. or maybe just if it's really not working, back out. I'm sure the landlord would be more than happy to facilitate that. And say if on the other end of the spectrum the business takes off and I need a bigger space, maybe, I don't know how you would feel about that, but taking a new, stopping this lease and maybe taking out a unit somewhere else now that I know the business is obviously doing much better than I expected, and I need room for growth because there's customers coming in asking if I'm going to start selling shoes as well. Wow. And I would love to. That's one thing I would really love to move into, and I've got other ideas that I want to do under the one roof. So who knows what will happen. I think that's all going to happen in the future, but now it's just getting the word out there, and that's probably what I'm struggling with the most. Not struggling in a sense, it's just really doing it. With like we were talking before, with like social news pages and stuff coming in, like Manchester's Finest, I Love Manchester, and then doing like a relaunch this weekend with maybe ITV and BBC. That'll hopefully boost the footfall and boost the number of customers, and just get in front of people's eyes, really.
Yeah, I think you've got a good location as well, because at least people, like, when they walk past, even if they don't come in, they'll think in the back of their mind, that looked really cool. And because obviously you've got clouds on the roof, which I thought was so cool.
At night time it looks really good, especially with the lights and the clouds. People look past and go, oh, and then they see clothes as well. So
so you'll have like massive footfall, everything like that, because I think there's obviously a lot of people in town at the moment. You've got protests, everything going on.
Yeah, so, like yesterday was crazy with the football fans.
Yeah, and you'll have that regularly as well with the football fans.
No, that's they all congregate and drink before the match, literally right outside the door.
Yeah. Well, it'll be eye-catching with all the clouds, and even just the branding's really good, because I know you've got like your signs outside now.
Well,
and it looks really cool.
The stickers, the stickers aren't stuck on properly. To be fair, it was me and my brother did them. They're ripped, and there's loads of air bubbles and all sorts. But even if you look at like the opening times, it's all wonky and stuff. I did that, but I think that's sort of character. I don't know. I could have paid someone to do it, but I think I'm happier with just doing it myself and trying to get involved as much as possible, and trying to like make the shop mine, because it's been my dream since I've been like 16, 17 when I first started out. This is something I wanted to do, and I want to put everything that I can really into it. Like I stripped all the old stickers off the windows, and that ripped my fingers, blisters and all sorts. But it was fun. It wasn't fun. It was worth it, because I did quite a lot myself, and I'm proud of it, to be honest. That I painted the place, done all these extra jobs that you don't really think that you're gonna do, like as an entrepreneur. Like I sell clothes, but I was doing all sorts. I was up on ladders, doing the ceiling, like doing the clouds, everything. I was hands on with everything. So it's my baby now. So and we're here for 5 years. Yeah.
That is very exciting. It's really cool that you've managed to get a lease for so long in the future, because you've got that stability.
Most people are scared of doing that. Most people are like, oh, what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to happen in 5 years? And I think you just have to trust yourself. And most people just sit back at this stage now and just like wait for people to come in and not really put much effort in. Now that they're content of just having their own space, their own shop. But we've got plenty of plans in the future. We've got loads of different plans that other clothing stores and even other just stores in general probably don't actually have planned. They don't have the marketing strategies that we are going to put in place are just going to be so unique that it'll hopefully put us on the map. And like it's just going to take time. All it does is take time. But we've got some exciting things coming up in the future.
Oh, well, that sounds really good. Although I do have to ask, so you did say obviously you've had issues with like lawyers, architects, things like that, which I can imagine is like just an absolute pain when you're trying to start and you just want to get going, and there's people holding it up.
Oh no.
So that's probably not the best thing. What's the most difficult thing you found so far? Like not just setting up the shop, maybe was it getting the space just throughout the entire time?
Yeah, it probably was getting the space. I've put my 100% into this business. I had a couple of others, before, but now it's just my sole focus is this one. don't want to get sidetracked in that. To be honest, the whole 9 months waiting of like, it's going to happen next week, it's going to happen this week, it'll happen like 4 weeks time max. Like it was just like, by the end of it, I was just getting so sick of hearing anything. It was like, are we just going to do this or not? Like I was ringing them and being like, what's going on? Like with the estate agents, like what is going on? They couldn't give me a straight answer. Like it was all over the place for 9 months, but that was definitely the hardest bit because it affects you mentally as well. It's not it wasn't a good period of life, but we're over it now. We've got the shop open, and it's perfect. Like even when I was telling customers that like a couple of past pop-ups, like we'll be open in 4 weeks, and that's genuinely what I believed, but it didn't end up happening. And I feel bad that I was telling them. I didn't want to give them false hope, but then as soon as I got a date, I was like, right, we're doing it now. We have to do it because I've been waiting so long, and that's why, like I said, it's 80% done. But we'll get there hopefully for this weekend. We'll do a bigger launch this weekend, have it all nice and the way I want it, really.
Okay, that's exciting. Also, with the pop-ups then, how did you find those, like with the organising of them? Are they, I guess obviously a lot easier than having a shop,
Yeah.
but how do you do like a pop-up?
So the pop-ups, you basically have to find an ideal space. So obviously an ideal space is like another clothes shop, like, or like, to be honest, actually, it for me, it is another clothes shop, and most clothes shops wouldn't let you just come in and say, like, come sell your stuff here. It's not right because you're a competitor. But in saying that, Urban Outfitters let you do it.
Okay.
Urban Outfitters have like a marketplace thing.
Okay, so what advice would you give to people who are thinking of starting their own business?
Just start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's most people get bombarded. Like I am one of them where it's like I want everything to be perfect before I start. But like I said, I've sort of changed that opinion of like I am a perfectionist. I think I always want everything to be the way I want it. I want it to be perfect. If it's not right, like for instance that Keymaster machine, I want it to be perfect. I want it to be sprayed, looking perfect. Like, and that's where some people can just go wrong because of A, you're missing out in time. B, it's probably going to cost you a lot to get everything perfect. And why not you have to just start now instead of like pondering about it. It can kill a lot of businesses. We opened, it's not been perfect. The lighting's been an issue. People have complained about the lighting. People have like walking past, and I keep asking them like, what do you think it's like? If people come in, they're sort of like looking at it. I'm like, what do you think we're closed? What could we do better? What is the issue? Do you think do we think we are closed? Do you think it's the lights? I know it's the lights. I know, but I just keep asking the question, and it's not perfect, but still, people are coming in. People are. If you've got a good product, you got a good service. That's probably the thing that you should spend most of your time on is your product and service, and then the rest. You're never going to be perfect at everything, so you need to just start and learn as you go along. Like I'm not great at social media. I'm probably good at all the operations side because I like things being perfect. Like it seems like operations, like I don't know, having everything nice and neat on the hangers, and obviously it's different for different businesses, but just start now. That's the only advice that I could give to people is stop thinking about it and just do it. And probably the next piece of advice I would give is just stop procrastinating. Like get off your phone and just if you really want to do something, like you need to get off your phone. You need to dedicate quite a lot of time and energy and effort to it and sacrifice a lot of stuff, a lot of like. Spending time with friends, spending time with other things. If you really like it and it's really something you want to do, then you should be spending a lot of time with it. And if you're not, then you're not really committed. You probably are it's not your passion. You should probably find something else. And yeah, those are the two pieces of advice that I would give. It's definitely something that I've applied to both of them, and I'm getting better at both of them. Obviously, that 9 month period where I was waiting, I did procrastinate a lot, but now that the shop's opening, it's just about being proactive and just actually going out there and implementing marketing strategies and making sure I'm never going to be perfect, but getting to that point where it is perfect in the way I want it. But that sort of goes back to the first piece of advice that I have. And yeah, that's my advice.
Yeah. Do you think then, like you were saying, that you do have to make sacrifices if you're going to run your own business?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the same for like if you are just getting
A hobby
that
or anything. Or, go ahead, sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, it's just kind of, does it take like over your life at a point? How does that impact you on your day to day?
Well, it is my life now.
Yeah.
I've committed to it. We're open 7 days a week. I can sort of choose when I want to close, whenever I've got something on, or there's jobs that I need to do, obviously outside of the business. But yeah, it has taken over my life because I'm open from 10 a.m. till 6, 7, 8 most every day. So it does take over your life, but if it's something you want to do, obviously not to that extreme. You can have sort of like bits on the side that you're doing. I don't know if you're selling online, or if you enjoy doing like podcasting, for instance. It's something you can do part time and see how it goes. And if you want to make a full time out of it, and go and do it. It's scary to take that first jump, but just go and do it. Like this is my first retail store, and it is a big jump. It is scary, but if you've planned it right and you've got a good location, which I waited for, and I got a good deal, and I can back out at any time, and I've got this 3-month free rent period. Why not? Why not do it if you really do truly want to do it and it's your passion? Then you're going to regret not doing it. So do it now, do it early, and just worry about all the consequences after, if there is any. But more than likely there won't, because if you're putting the time in, and you're doing what you should be doing, and you're like I said, going after it, and you're not sitting down and just waiting for customers to come to you, and you're not speaking to customers to come into the shop, you're not like promoting your social media, you're not running paid ads, you're not doing all these things that you probably should be doing. And yeah, it's not going to work. You'd be very lucky if it did work, but it's your life now. It's you've committed to it, and that's it. Just that's it. Yeah, really.
Mm-hmm. How long did it take you to kind of make this like a full-time thing?
No, a long time.
A long time.
Yeah.
Because you said before it was about, you started what, 16, 17?
Yeah, I started like reselling my own clothes, like my own wardrobe. Just started selling them on like eBay, Depop at that time, and then came across some like suppliers, and then actually a couple of my friends were doing it, and then it just slowly grew and grew and grew. At the start, I was in school whilst I was doing it on the side, and then moved over to Manchester and said, right, I'm going to take this a bit more serious. I was putting it off because I had other commitments, and then there was one point where I just was like, right, I want to do it now. I think it was probably at the start or just before COVID, where I took it really, really serious. It might have just been the start of COVID, because I was like noticing that like the stuff that I was doing like part-time was really picking up, and I was like, right, okay, I think maybe it's a good time to do it now, because everyone's off work and they're on their phones, and they're still getting paid to be off work, with like furlough and stuff like that. That I thought, right, now's the time. Took it a bit more serious. I was still working actually at the same time. I was literally, that's all I was doing, was working, and I'm doing this, like reselling clothes. I wasn't going out and didn't really have much friends over here because I moved to a different city, and yeah, it took over my life, and now I'm at a point where that past like 9 months I wasn't working. I was just waiting on this, and now that it's open, it's a full-time thing. It's up to get the shop open at 10 o'clock, and then closing it as well at like 7 or 8.
Okay, so that's a really long day as well.
Yeah, it is, but then you have to fit like gym, etc. around it and all sorts. So it is quite a long day, but it's worth doing, and I'm enjoying it. It's something I've always wanted to do, and that's what I keep telling myself. When I walk in, I'm like, this is my shop. This is what I wanted to do. Now it's here. It's a reality. So we'll just see where it goes. Hopefully we can grow it to a couple more locations. There's other aspects of the business I want to expand into as well, like I said, shoes, etc. So there's definitely a lot of plans for the business. It's not just I've opened and I'm just waiting for customers to come to me, and I'm not doing anything. There's definitely plans in place, and I need to go and get them now that it's my full-time job. It's not like you're assigned a role and you just have to do it and you can sort of slack off, or you're part of a team and your team can carry you through this or that, or I don't know, like you can ask them, I need this day off, this, or I don't know how it works because I've never really worked as part of a team in an office, but that's just one example. This is my life now, and I need to make it work because bills need to be paid.
Yeah. So when you said that, like when you work in a small business or you're running one, you kind of have to wear a lot of different hats, and you have to kind of do every possible job. Like you said, you put the stickers up.
Painting, stickers, signs, all sorts, yeah.
Yeah, how do you find that? Is it like a very steep learning curve?
To be honest, that's another one where I'm like, some there's lots of jobs I've got to do, and some that I put off more than others. There's just, I don't know, I find it kind of weird. There's ones where I'm just like jump straight into it, and then there's ones where I'm sort of hesitant by it, and I'm sort of like putting it off slightly. But it is, you just learn as you go, or just YouTube's a really good one. Like whenever I first started pulling the vinyl stickers off, I went into like tool station or like screw fix, and I was like trying to ask for help as well, just asking people, like what should I do, and just going and doing it. Or if you're really stuck, just Google it or YouTube, and you find lots of stuff on there. Like.
That's true. And then I suppose we met through John,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like your mentor as well. How
Yeah.
do you think John's been able to help you?
Oh, John's
with
great.
this?
Yeah,
He's
John is great. There's been times where like I haven't been really up to working, and just meeting John, speaking to someone else is perfect, because like I said, I don't have that many people I can speak to here, and John's one of them. It's been amazing that I just found him online. That he's been a real great help. I couldn't thank him enough. He's definitely been a major part of the journey. He's given me ideas. He's given me motivation. He's had direct input into the business, and if he can't have direct input into it, he'll try his best to find someone else. And that's what I really like about him. And he's always, no matter what, like he's always up early in the morning. He's like before, whenever I was waiting around for the shop, he was up a lot earlier than me, sending me text messages, and I was like, fair play, John. Like, he's committed, and I really like that about him. I think he's passionate, and that's it's good to have someone who's passionate like that around. That's critical. If you're ever stuck or need help, he's there. If you have a question, he's definitely going to answer you. And it's amazing that you just met through someone else.
Yeah, that's true. That's how I met him, and it was really great because he's given me like so much advice, and kind of was the reason I started the podcast and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there isn't that advice, like you said, for people to turn to. Because it's like when you are figuring things out, and if you're like part of a small business or a startup, or you're running it yourself, and you don't know how to do these things, it's kind of like, who'd you ask
Yeah.
if you don't always know? Because like you might know the people that run businesses, but if it's not the exact same as you, you're like, oh yeah, how do I stick these clouds to the roof? They're not gonna know.
No, exactly.
And then YouTube might not know, and you kind of need, like, bad example with the clouds, but you kind of just need someone who's done that before, I suppose.
Yeah.
So I think John's really great for that. That's why I want to get him on the podcast, so he
Yes,
can
definitely get him on the podcast.
help people, as well. But I think that's the main reason I wanted to do it as well, is that for people like yourself who've done it, and even you're like, okay, this is maybe what I would have done differently, or here's how you got from A to B.
Yeah.
Like, you had that idea and started it when you were like 17.
Yeah, it's just starting early and just keeping at it. It's grown it's grown massively. I think I have slacked for a while on it. Like some people might say might not look from the surface, but I have. There's been days where I haven't done anything on it, and it's probably down to the fact that I was waiting for so long. But now it's changed. The getting from A to B, it's going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy. And if it is easy, then something's definitely wrong, I think. Something's not right. But once you're there, make the most of it and don't get comfortable, don't get complacent.
That's true. Just keep going.
Just keep going. There's always something you can do. There's always something that you can send a text to someone, let you know that the shop's open, or you can post in a Facebook group, or I don't know, for instance, you can clean the place, you can tidy it up, you can go online and search for stuff. If you're like my sort of business, buying and selling, you can go on these apps like Depop and find some cheap items and purchase them, and then stick them in the shop for a bit more, and obviously market at that. So there's a whole range of things that can be done in business. It's just not like one thing, it's many things you just have to be good at.
Yeah, it's definitely non-stop, it sounds like it. But it sounds like you're having fun as well.
Yeah, that's the main thing. If you're not having fun, you're not enjoying it, then why do it?